everybody. Welcome to episode 6 of the Bootcast. And today we are joined by the lovely Tess Strömberg, who is also known as VanLifer Tess. So, hello, Tess. Thanks for coming on the Bootcast.
Yeah, hi. Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it. It's fun. I love talking about these things. So, yeah, here I am.
Very good. No problem. You're welcome. So I suppose for our listeners and viewers of the video, can you just tell us a bit about where you're from and what you're doing now?
Mm-hmm. So I'm born and raised in Sweden, Stockholm, but I haven't lived there for 5 years now. I moved away from home when I was 19. As soon as I graduated, basically, I went off and started traveling. And long story short, I ended up in Norway, where I've had my base for the last 3 years. But I've been traveling around the world still and working on my own, getting my own business up and trying to work on my goals of becoming a digital nomad or 100% remote, be able to travel when I want and to where I want. So now finally I've reached that point. So I'm happy. Really,
Cool.
really good. Yeah.
Very good. Brilliant. So before you went nomadic as such, or started traveling, what was your profession before, or were you kind of doing the same thing beforehand, but just in one location?
So when I graduated high school, I knew I wanted to travel. I loved partying. And I was like, what can I do that can combine those two? And I had a friend that did a bartending course. So I was like, oh, I could do that. And I decided to do it on the opposite side of the world. So I went to Australia and I did the bartending course. So I worked as a bartender and a waitress for on and off for 4 years in different places all over the world.
Cool.
And it was fun. But then I was like, nah, I don't really want to be working every weekend and every evening when all of us are doing other things, and it's exhausting. So I decided that I didn't want to do that anymore.
Okay, so was that kind of the motivation factor then? When you did the bartending course and you worked in bars and stuff, and then you decided to move on then to more into something for yourself, is it?
It's a combination of just kind of happening, like everything that I've done has led me up to this point. But I've also had, since for as long as I can remember, before being a bartender, I wanted to not have a boss and work on my passion and travel the world. So that was way before bartending. To this day, I still miss being behind the bar sometimes. So it wasn't like I was hating it so much that I needed to do something. It was more like a transition because I discovered new interests and I discovered that I can actually make money doing other things than work, like changing time for money. So it wasn't like I was running away from the bar. It was more like naturally it happened along the way. Because I had this bigger vision all the time. So,
cool.
Yeah, it's something that I miss doing sometimes, but it's definitely worth it to not having to be at a certain place at a certain time just because someone tells you to,
Cool. So just for the record, and what is it that you're doing now that you've kind of come to from that point?
Yeah, so when I was still working in a restaurant, I started working with my current boyfriend, Morten. And he had been a personal development coach for a decade almost. And he did all these online things, which for me was completely new. I had no idea you can make money off of selling things online and all. I knew you could, but I didn't realize that I could do that too.
Yeah.
So, and then one day I started editing videos and I discovered I loved it. I wanted to start a blog. So I started my own blog and it was perfect for me because I was traveling so much. So for my family and my friends back in Sweden to see what I was doing. So in the beginning, the blog was mostly for them. But then I realized that I loved the design part of websites in general. So again, a very long story short, right now I am making websites, and I also, in the last year, I've been doing social media management, and I'm an account manager in a social media marketing firm company.
Okay.
So I help out social media growth, content, and general, I don't know, general tips and tricks on how to kill the social media game, and Instagram in particular.
Cool. So that's a okay. So you work for like a company and you do your own thing as well then. Yeah. Cool. Very nice.
So the company thing, I'm a freelancer. So the most important thing for me when being a freelancer was that I could choose my own time. I didn't want to go back to the thing where I have a manager being on, calling me all the time, asking me to do things at a certain time. So this social media job that I have is very flexible. So if it wouldn't have been that flexible, I would never have taken it.
Okay. So Tess, when you first went traveling, I suppose on a long stint, where did you go to first and why?
I I decided to go as far away from home as I could. So Australia was kind of long, one-way ticket trip that I did. I've been traveling when I was younger with my family on vacations and stuff, but then when I was 19, I was like, I'm going, and I don't want to know when I'm going to return. So I booked a one-way ticket to Australia.
Okay.
And that was my
nice
trip by myself.
Cool. Did you go to Western Australia or Sydney?
No, I went to Sydney. Yeah, Sydney was my first because I did the bartending course there.
So yeah.
Back there for a year, and then my visa ran out, so I had to leave.
Yeah, visa issues.
Yeah, I know, but it was. I will always remember the first time, stepping out of the airport in Sydney. I didn't know a soul. I kind of had an idea where I was going, but I didn't have Wi-Fi on my phone. I didn't know anything, and it was 6 a.m. Everything was closed. But then I finally there's a McDonald's open, and I begged them to give the Wi-Fi because they didn't want to in the beginning, and I had to explain I'm coming from Sweden and blah blah blah, almost crying. And then they gave me the Wi-Fi. Yeah, I still remember that. It was super interesting. But you learn a lot from traveling by yourself.
Did you buy any food?
No. I think that's why they were don't you gonna buy anything? I was like, no, I'm not hungry. I just want the Wi-Fi, and then I'm gonna head off.
Make Wi-Fi. So some people count the countries they've been to and kind of tick them off as a bucket list kind of thing. Do you know how many you've been to date?
No, we did actually. It's funny you mentioned because a couple of weeks ago, I downloaded this app. Let me see if I can find it actually, to see how many countries you've been in.
Oh yeah.
I do know every continent.
Yeah.
Except the North and South Pole. But I don't know how many countries. No, it's a lot of countries.
Cool.
No, I don't have the app still. I don't.
Do you include?
I don't know.
Do you include a transition airport, or do you need to leave the airport to count it as a country?
The airport to count it as a country.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll choose my name. But yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the best way, isn't it?
Yeah, it's over 50 maybe.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Cool.
Between 30 and 50 maybe. I might exaggerate a little bit. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Very good.
I've been to several times, because I love them so much.
Yeah, so you go back. Yeah. Cool. What is it that you like about travel and the nomadic life, working from anywhere?
Freedom is a no-brainer, but freedom can mean a lot of things. To me, it means that I'm free to choose my own values and my own perspectives on life. I don't have to think like everyone else in Sweden that has only been in Sweden and grew up in Sweden and same value as everyone else in Sweden. And without generalizing too much based on where you're from, we do adapt to our environment, right, and our surroundings. And I wanted to, like, the biggest thing I've gotten out of traveling is just being able to see that I don't have to follow a certain type of mindset, you know. I can take a little bit of the Balinese culture, and I can keep my Swedish traditions and my love for ABBA, and I can go to Norway and learn how to eat that kind of food, and then I can go to Africa and see like animals and how the kids there are brought up in communities and learn a lot from that. And from there, I kind of opened up to way more opportunities, and I can see that there's no right way to live your life. You can do it however you want to do it.
Nice.
And that's something that always keeps me wanting to move on and to move forward and see new places, for sure, because I'm learning more about myself and I'm learning more about other people, and it makes total sense to just keep doing it, you know.
Yeah, cool. What do you not like then on the flip side? What are the challenges?
The last, like, I was in Bali came home a couple of weeks ago, so 3 months in Asia, and I realized that I miss structure sometimes. I miss knowing when the next paycheck is going to come in. Not that much, but sometimes it's like, oh, I wish I had like a set date when I knew that this amount would come in.
Yeah.
But mostly it's like the structure, routines. I miss sometimes having a shower, having a gym, having a shower, and the community as well. Because if you're in a place which is very positive, you can create like a community with your friends, and you can start taking singing lessons. You can go to dance classes. You can do sports.
Yeah.
But when I move around all the time, it's not worth it to engage too much in the community.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna leave.
You're gonna leave, yeah.
So that's some, and you meet the most amazing people ever, and then it's like it's a lot of goodbyes traveling all the time.
Yeah.
That's some of the things, but you know, it's a learning thing too. I learn about me and my challenges, so it's good too, you know.
Cool. So on to the next question then, which is a follow on really. What's the single biggest thing that you've learned from traveling?
That's a good question. Single biggest thing that I learned. That's not the okay. The first thing that appears, it's a million things, but the first thing is just that nothing is really dangerous. There's nothing out there that can really harm you as the real you of who you are. Like, yes, you can get robbed. I've been robbed. A lot of things have happened that people warned me about going out traveling, especially by myself as a young woman. Like, if you go to India, you'll get scammed. Well, it happened, but I survived. Or if you go to Bali, you'll get robbed. And it's like, all these things happened. Not all of them, but some of the worst things possible, they did happen. But I learned so much from them. I didn't die. I'm good today. I'm stronger than ever. So the biggest thing that I've learned is just that it's not dangerous, you know.
Yeah.
Even if I am scared sometimes, it's not actually dangerous. Like, we were staying in our van and we forgot to lock the door one night.
Yeah.
And we wake up and in the middle of the night I wake up because the door opens. But I was so tired, so I kind of just like went back to sleep. I didn't realize what was going on.
Yeah.
In the morning, Morten's like, "Have you seen my pants?" And I was like, "No." You probably just put them somewhere. And he was like, "No. I remember I put them right there inside of the door." And we were walking around like outside, and then we see all of our things, like my makeup bag and our GoPro camera and these pants were like folded nice. And they were put right next to the wheel. So someone had come into our van, taking our stuff, and then, like, I don't know, gave it back to us or something.
Nicely folded.
Wake up. Yeah, even that experience was like beautiful in a sense, because we were like, okay, even if they wanted to rob us, they changed their mind. Like, they were just normal kids probably having like I don't know.
Jeez.
So even those things that people are like super super scared of can be beautiful in a sense.
Cool. That's a nice story. Kind of touched on it before that you're doing your own thing. So how are you surviving as you're traveling around?
Well, it's a combination of many things. First of all, we decided to cut basically all of our expenses. So living in a car, we automatically didn't have to pay rent anymore. We have insurance, obviously, but we were doing a lot of research and found a really good travel insurance for both ourselves and the car. And then we go on a lot of like free trials at gyms and stuff. And we change like our phone, how do you call it? Like the contracts on our phone so that we have a lot of internet without paying too much. Ooh. So cut the expenses, be smart. And I make websites, like I said. Like I have my own company and I do that. We're working on several different projects which will generate some money for us in the future. But that's the thing. It's also about the mindset that we like. How people ask us, how are you surviving and how do you make money? First of all, it's the realization that you don't have to have as much money as you think you do to survive. That's the big thing. And then it's like, oh, I don't need to have a set amount of money every month. I don't have to have all these stuff and things in my life that cost money. And then it's quite easy to just fill the gap of surviving. Like, okay, what do I need? I need food. We need some diesel for our car, and insurance is good. But that's basically it. And doing what I'm doing with the social media, freelancing, and my websites, I'm good. Like, I survive well. And I can save money too, you know. And we have an Airbnb on Zanzibar that Morten is running at the moment. So that is generating some income. We've invested some money in cryptocurrencies and
cool.
So we're spreading it out.
Nice. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. What key career or work skills have you learned or honed along the way?
Ooh, I've learned a lot about. It started before I started traveling, but like social media and online marketing, video editing, like we do vlogs when we travel. I learned a lot about that, which is something that I also would like to do for others. But right now, I'm trying to not do too many things. So it's video editing and just tapping into the creative kind of flow and let it happen and not be too much in control of what I'm doing or what I should do. And then all of a sudden I'm like playing the guitar one night and realizing that it's not that hard to play the guitar. And then all of a sudden I'm creating this webinar funnel that I didn't think I was going to do, because when I don't have a 9-to-5 job that I'm busy all the time and I'm busy-minded all the time, and I wake up and I open the door of the car and I'm in nature, it's like so much unnecessary thinking is removed. Like about insecurity, about time, money, whatever. And what appears is just like pure creative power, you know? Cool. So it can be sometimes overwhelming. It's like I have so many opportunities, I can do what I want, but I try to like just focus on what I apparently like doing, which is you know, design, web design, social media and stuff. So
nice. Cool. What's the single most important tip for anyone looking to travel long term?
Don't care about the thinking that holds you back. Because I was thinking, I cannot do this. I need to save up money first. I have to wait until I have my own business and I have 10 clients before I can go travel. I need blah, blah, blah. All these things was appearing in my mind. Like I was thinking them, but I didn't care about it. So you don't have to care about your thinking, especially when it's not benefiting you. So if you just go and do what you want to do, the thinking is going to change after a while, and you're going to be like, yes, I did it. You know, you're going to be so happy that you went through the layers of unnecessary, insecure thoughts that are just clouds, dark clouds in the sky anyways. So let them pass and just go out and do it. It's everything is going to be fine.
That's it. It seems to be a common thing. This is basically the same answer that everyone gives is, just decide. I think it's the inability to make the decision to say, yes, I'm going. If you keep thinking about it, you're not actually deciding. You're stressing yourself out by not doing anything. Just say, yes, I'm going, book your ticket, and then the rest falls into play then.
Really does, and it's so cliche, but it's amazing how true that is. Like, if you just go, like the first hour when you're at the airport, you're going to realize things. You're going to realize that, oh, this might go well, and then it does. Like, it's so cool to experience.
Are there any travel related resources online or offline that you really like, use, or can recommend?
I'm so bad at remembering like names and stuff. So I listen to a lot of podcasts, but it can be anything. It's not like I only listen to travel related stuff. I like to explore more of the mind and how that works, because if it's one thing that is holding us back, it's our own thinking, So I like to explore a lot of around that topic because it is travel related in a sense. So I recommend Sydney Banks.
Sydney Banks
on YouTube, and Sydney Banks.
Okay.
Start there, and you will be mind blown, and you can take it from there.
Cool.
Alan Watts, it's
Alan Watts. Yeah, I've listened to a lot of his. Very, very interesting.
Very interesting.
Alan Watts.
So I'm more into that kind of stuff, and I do like to listen to any type of podcasts really that are talking about true stuff, I don't like when it's too fluffy and it's too, on the surface. I want to go deep.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. I want to go deep.
Hope you can swim. Do you have a favorite travel app then?
Yes, I do. When we're in the van, when we're staying in the car, there's an app for parking, and let me just see.
That makes sense. All right.
It's Park for Night. It's like this one.
Okay.
And we found these beautiful places by the lake, like a private beach. You can find any type of place. So that's a really good app for people that like to camp or live in a van.
Cool. Nice. Yeah. Do you keep fit as you travel? You mentioned like free trials and gyms and stuff, but do you have any kind of how do you deal with that side of not being maybe based in one place for a long time?
It goes up and down. Some weeks are really good. Like I said, and we said we can get a free trial at a gym, or if we are in a big city, we can. In Barcelona, we did like 2 days free trial here, and then 2 days free trial at the other place, and 2 days free trial at the third place. So that's convenient, and also for having a good shower and stuff. But other than that, I do a lot of walking and running, and just things you don't have to gym to be fit. And then I realized that I am moving my body in general way more than just being at home, going to work, going home again, and be on the couch and watch TV. And also with the food, like we cook our own food, we make sure it's really healthy. We eat a lot of vegetables and nuts and granola and and things. So it's not as hard as I thought it would be. I do, in periods, miss having a gym to go to because I like to lift weights and stuff. But in general, it's just a more healthy lifestyle. And being healthy is not only about having a lot of muscle. We're out in nature and we swim in the ocean and we're like breathing fresh air and we're free. In itself is a long-term kind of health benefits, way better than being at the gym 3 times a week and then be miserable the rest of the time.
Yeah, cool. So, what's your big goal for the next year?
Goals. realized that I can have massive goals, but it really doesn't matter if I reach them, because my happiness is not lying in me reaching goals. Of course,
Mm.
I have ambitions and I have
Yeah, yeah.
dreams, but having like a lot of entrepreneurs have like, you need to have goals for 3 months, 6 months, and a
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
and you have to like work every day to reach that, go out and do stuff. And I'm like, yeah, the less I do, the more productive I am. So having an intention of where I want to be has shown to be more effective of actually reaching there. So, but my ambition is definitely to increase my like to build my business more and
Mm.
to earn money and to invest in Zanzibar, in Africa, and in cryptocurrencies, and just building a mini empire so I can include all the things that I love to do. So not only social media, but actually do more video editing,
Yeah.
create like online products and courses, and webinars and podcasts, and like just do more of what I'm doing now,
Yeah.
basically.
Expand on what you're doing. Cool.
Yeah.
Very good. So where are you off to next?
Actually, right now, I don't know. We're going to Zanzibar in a week.
All right.
So we're going to Africa in a week for 5 weeks, and then, but then I don't know. Then I think we're gonna take some time and just feel a little bit like we need to sort this apartment out. We need to move out of here, and we want to do some things on our car, like fix it up a bit, and yeah. But then winter's coming, and I know that I don't really prefer being in Norway for the winter, so I guess going south is the plan.
Cool.
But I don't know. Yeah.
Cool. Very good. Okay, Tess. So we'll just wrap it up by telling people how they can follow your journey or reach out to you online.
Yeah. So VanLifer Tess on Instagram. That's like that's where I post most of my content. So if you want to follow what I'm doing, then Instagram is the best. VanLifer Tess on Facebook is my Facebook page, which is mostly videos from our travels. And Facebook, Tess Strömberg. VanLiferTess.com is my website.
Okay.
So yeah. And I'm working on building my portfolio. We're doing a Home Free Academy website that you should check out, homefreeacademy.com.
Homefreeacademy.com.
Yeah, I'm on all medias and Steam it, I think my name is VanLifer Tess on Steam it too. I'm not sure.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah.
Okay, Tess, thank you for coming on the Bootcast, and hopefully we'll meet someday. Best of luck with everything.
Yeah.